Okay, day 89 of trying to become a SOC analyst. We're on LetsDefend, another day, another alert. Looking at our severity, we've got medium tickets we want to prioritize. Phishing, we've got no, that's low. We've got suspicious reg, port scan, enumeration tool detected. That seems interesting. Gonna grab that and assign it to myself. So SOC123. We're looking at what's on the Git server. We've got username Jack and LinEnum.sh is the file that's been grabbed. And now I wonder if that's like linp sort of. And it was grabbed by wget and the device action was allowed. So let's investigate. So I'm happy to just go straight to that GitHub. So local Linux enumeration and privilege escalation script. So it pretty much does look like linps. It's looking at etc password, looking who's in the admin group, looking at sudo users and what rights. Okay, so it's something that we don't necessarily want to be run on our server unless it's from the admin. And even then, why? What's their use case in running that? So let's go to the Git server. We've got the IP. We'll go to endpoint security. Git server. And now I've obviously had a ticket on the Git server before and contained it. Just ignore that. We need to try and align our dates because it looks like I have contained it due to another ticket. So we're looking at February 21. So not those processes. No network connections. We've got some terminal. It was February 21, so we're after the need to ignore this section and only focus on here. So we've had someone run who am I? Well, that's a little bit outside our date range though. Okay, so hang on. That's my alert from yesterday. This is the alert, sorry, Git server, Feb 13. Okay, so it's these 4 commands here. You can ignore that, that's later on. So somebody's grabbed lin enumeration.sh and outputted it to temp under a different file name to try and obfuscate it. They've then cleared the screen, change mod, so given an executable permission, and they've then ran it. Okay. Yeah, so that's a different date. That's later on in the time frame, but obviously not a good sign. Okay, so we're focusing on this. Looks very suspicious, but we do want to double check the logs. See what's happened. February 13 is the dates that we're after again. Here we go. We've got Feb 13. This is probably going to be the wget. Yeah, so that's the script. And so that's the same. That's just from the firewall log. That's the proxy. We don't have any other connections on that day. Okay. It's interested to see what VirusTotal says about the URL. Community note. Let's just follow down this for a second. No, it's nothing useful. Okay, so I mean, it's listing it as malicious. I just want to know. I mean, this ticket's from 6 years ago. Is this what LinPs used to be called? Let's see what Google comes up with. So I possibly shouldn't have put LinPs in to confuse it. Just finish up some notes on Linux Privet using upload and run. I mean, it's very similar to LinPs. Everything comes back to this page. So it's just, yeah, it pretty much is doing everything LinPs does. So again, it's going to be an attacker script. We are looking for world writable files, so put the potential to then go to GTFO bin and look to see what you can use to Privesk. Looking for any unsecured SSH keys, users and groups. Okay. Let's go back to our alert. Let's open up our case. Let's see what the playbook's after. So we know it was grabbed via wget. So we've got the user agent, we've got the source, it's GitHub, and the source address was just on the local machine. In the logs, we can see only that one connection. So we're going to say it is malicious. And has anyone accessed? It was accessed. We saw in the logs it was allowed. Contained, it's already been contained. It's jumping straight into full containment. So let's copy this URL. Add that, and we can also add our IP, but it is to GitHub, so you know we don't want to block all of GitHub, but we might want to block that URL. So that's what we've got for artifacts. On the endpoint, we didn't have anything running. We just had the terminal history. So let's write some notes. I'll be back in 1 second with my notes. Okay, so I've written up some notes, mapped it to the MITRE attack techniques. We've got system information discovery. LinPs gathers detailed system and environment information. We've got permission groups discovered, enumeration of user groups and privileges, file and directory discovery, script emulates file, system contents and permissions, ingress tool transfer, tool downloaded from external source, application layer protocol web protocols, download performed over HTTP/HTTPS. So that's how I've mapped it. For the alert, we've got the alert SOC123, emulation tool detected, triggered after host git server downloaded and executed LinEnum.sh from GitHub. terminal history confirms the script was downloaded and renamed to temp/ah22, etc. Made executable and ran. LinEnum is a known enumeration tool commonly used for privilege escalation and post-compromise recon. When we've got the timestamp, we've got the where, host GitHub, the 172 internal IP, user jack, downloaded the script from GitHub user contents and executed it locally from /temp. Why? The alert was triggered due to detection of an enumeration tool download, execution of LinEnum, and renaming to a temporary file suggests potential attacker activity, performing system recon after initial access. Although the source is a legitimate GitHub repo, the behavior is suspicious and consistent with post-exploitation activity. The host was contained and escalated for further investigation. So we're pretty much escalating this one on the suspicion that it's malicious activity. As in the notes, I've mentioned that, it is a legitimate tool, but its use case is generally malicious. So we'll close the alert. We're going to go with the true positive, as it was an enumeration tool detected. That is correct. We did see that. So we'll say true positive and close it. And let's see how we went. Okay, so we got it correct. It was a true positive, which was pretty straightforward. Had anyone accessed it, was correct, and confirm it was malicious, was correct. So, all right, that's day 89 of trying to become a SOC analyst. I'll see you on day 90. 3 months of grinding. All right, see you then.